right, how's it going, sir?
Doing good.
Hey, man, so Sarkisian talks a lot about your guys' relationship. You talked about it before, but how's the continuity so far with him? And you guys are in spring together, so how's the continuity with you and Steve been going?
I mean, I think it's been going really good. You know, before the start of fall camp, me and him kind of got together. We had dinner together, just talking about things that I've seen throughout the summer because, you know, the coaches weren't there to see a lot of what we were able to, you know, see. And I mean, just how everyone is, you know, as far as leadership roles with the receivers, the O-line. I mean, that's just how it went.
How great is this to start fall camp and to be here and start up this new season?
I mean, it's fun, you know. I mean, it's awesome to finally get to use a helmet, you know, and then next week we're going to have the opportunity to put pads on. So, I mean, just the feeling and the adrenaline to come out and be able to compete with all these guys is great.
How was your off-season?
How was my off-season? I mean, yeah, I think it was all right. It wasn't too bad. Just, you know, a lot of work, losing weight, getting healthy. I think it's just putting the right things into my body, you know, eating the right way, getting a lot of sleep, hydrating, just things like that.
How comfortable was it with your relationship with Sark, having that background that you guys had?
I mean, very comfortable. I mean, I knew him ever since he was at USC, you know, when he was recruiting me. Then when he came to Alabama, I mean, he was still helping out, trying to recruit me. You know, I mean, when he was a GA, I didn't even know he was a GA here at the time. But I mean, the relationship hasn't died. You know, when I got in, he was supposed to be the offensive coordinator. Then he went to Atlanta, but I mean, nothing really changed.
So, what have you worked on personally the most this offseason with him?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think there's multiple things that I've tried to work on this offseason. A lot of it has had to do with, I guess, relationships with our teammates, building relationships with them, the incoming guys, as well as the guys on the team. I'd say the biggest thing for me that I probably worked on was just the mental aspect of everything. Just I got to get more treatment, just lose weight, what I eat. You know, can't binge eat at night, you know, can't wait the whole day, you know, just you fast the whole day and then you just eat at night. You can't do that. So, I mean, just a lot of mental things.
With the wide receivers you guys have, how important is full progression reads from you?
I think they're very important. I mean, I think every aspect of the passing game as well as the running game is important. I mean, it's just going through a full read instead of only having two guys, or, you know, it's definitely just different than.
Is there an adjustment
RPO.
to running so much RPO and then going to a full progression read?
I mean, the only adjustment is you have more guys to throw to, you know, with a full progression read. Whereas if you have RPO, I mean, you got to get the ball out quick because they end up calling a legal man downfield, you know, for the line, all those kind of things.
I'd ask Sark this morning his relationship with you going back to camps at USC when he was in 8th grade. How much of that is a comfort factor for you? How glad were you to see him come back?
Well, I mean, it's good to see Coach Sark come back. I mean, you know, like you said, I've built a relationship with him since I was being recruited as a sophomore, you know, in high school. But I mean, I think for any coach, you know, if we had any coach come in, I mean, I'd still think we'd have to all feel comfortable with what he has to bring to the table. You know, it's just a different way of learning.
So, what's it been like to have your little brother here with you?
I mean, it's been fun. I mean, I get to dorm with him and stay with him, you know, during camp. I mean, I don't talk to him too much about football, you know. I mean, we just pretty much, I don't know what we do at the dorm. We just sing, I guess, or just eat together. You know, we're always together pretty much at the facility or wherever we're going. We're always together though.
How are you able to hold each other, you know, accountable? Like you said, maybe with your diet or things like that. He's like, hey, lay off the nachos or whatever. I mean, like, is it that sort of conversation with him?
Nah, I think it's just like ourselves. Like we can't depend on each other. So, I mean, if he wants to go ahead and eat at night, he go ahead. But, you know, that's really up to ourselves because next day we got to weigh in, you know, and I mean, we're weighing in for camp every day, you know, until the end of camp. So.
What's your thoughts?
I'm
sorry.
Go ahead. What's your thoughts on running a 4 wide receiver package, and how, you know, just even from a protection standpoint, and how that would play out for you? I mean, you know, just kind of the possibilities that presents, also, you know, for you guys.
I mean, if we were in 4 wide, I mean, that's our red personnel. I don't think it'd be any different than if we were in a blue personnel, silver personnel. I mean, it's still going to be a 6-man protection or even a 5-man protection because we might need the back to go out. So, I mean, it's a lot different. It's just how we game plan for whatever team we're playing. If we want fast guys out there, then we go 4 wide, you know. I mean, that's the only big difference. It's just all fast guys are out there, you know.
What kind of element could that present versus, say, like last year? Obviously, you guys did a lot of stuff with Herb and things, but like having, you know, maybe 4 wide receivers, and not having a tight end on the field.
Yeah, I think it could open up a lot of things. You know, sometimes they can't change their personnel, you know, in the game. And I mean, if we're going fast, it could open up the run game. You know, if they're in nickel, I mean, it definitely could open up the run game. But I mean, it all depends on how we game plan for the team.
Tua, what's the biggest difference between Sark and Loxley? What's the biggest difference?
I'm not too sure. I mean, they were both good coaches for me. I can't really, I don't know how to answer that question.
Nick, how many times have you watched the Clemson game from last year? Have you just flushed it?
Nah, I haven't flushed it. I mean, I watch it a good amount. I mean, I've taken a lot of things away from it. You know, just what the defense can give me. You know, I got to take it. And I mean, just little things. You know, like with the cadence. I mean, when we were about to score, I mean, you know, the guys couldn't hear the cadence, and so somebody jumps off sides, and then we move back, and I mean, the whole drive is just dead because we pretty much lost the momentum from there. So.
Nick Saban, speaking of that game, Nick Saban's been using that phrase, "So what, now what," in regards to the way the season ended. What does that phrase personally mean to you?
I mean, we dealt with, you know, the loss. I mean, we dealt with a lot of things. You're hurting, you know, during camp, whatever's going on with you. So it's there. So what? Now what are you going to do about it? That's pretty much what it is.
Do you have a time?